Here's a place, you know, if missing 411 and all that was real, this is where they get you. They don't. These guys are all good. Why do you listen to people that aren't with them every day? It doesn't make any sense to me, you guys. You're not listening to the right people. There's no other way to do this, and there is nobody else that does it except us. There is nobody. You want to know about this subject? You're looking in the wrong place if you're not watching us. If you don't watch one of the people that, I don't care if they have 3 people that follow them. If you're not watching that person go into the woods and stand where they build this stuff, you're not learning about the subject. You're talking about bullshit. Okay? And honestly, you're the kind of people that we're just all sick of. You're probably the same idiots that cause all the problems in the rest of the world. Instead of just being cool. Remember, if you forget anything else, one thing that Steve Spitzley taught me, he said, Abel, when he was selling me 1/8 of marijuana, he said, Abel, cool is the rule. Let me tell you something, this quad, it's running so good. It's a 375, so it's a little bit, you know, if you're an advanced rider, you know, it's a little bit underpowered, but it'll get you anywhere. 4-wheel low will take care of, you know, anything else. And I bought this not for fun, it's for work. In fact, I have never just been out on a ride on it. I don't think. I might have once, but I don't think I did. I think even then I did a video. So today might be the first time. So let me show you this. It's so weird. I don't want to show you this. It's got to be moles. I don't understand it. Look at this dirt. There's so much dirt. It's literally everywhere. It's unbelievable how much dirt. The amazing thing is there is no holes again. You know, anywhere. There's just literally piles of dirt. It's not coming from under the ground. That's the mystery. Does anyone else ever see this? I'm not talking about like if there's a hole involved. It's got to be some kind of animal. I don't, unless it's something, you know, we just haven't even begun to think about yet. That's the other problem that we have. Even us biggest, most open-minded people is that we're still thinking within the terms of what we know and what we think we've learned, things like that. What if there's a million things that we couldn't even fathom? You know, like I'm just saying hypothetically. It's very possible, right? Think about all the things we know now that are just not true. And, you know, because we had leads, we had evidence over time. It's been passed down. You know, but what about those things where there is no leads? You know, where they don't build structures. I mean, look at the size of that pile. They're all the same, which is amazing to me. It's a giant pile of dirt. I don't want to mess with them too much in case, again, I don't understand. There's no animals here. Like, I know what the ground squirrels do. I know what prairie dogs do. I live with about 3,000 of them. Okay, so no one knows better than me. Well, there is people that know better. But in a sense, just because I see them every day. Look at the amount of dirt around here. Well, there's an X over top of it. I don't know if that's a coincidence or not. There's a trident next to it. I'm very close to some known areas through the forest. Again, I see it a lot through the stick. You know, they do it with the stick. I'm starting to believe that this is really nice leaner there. Something we don't understand in a sense. They get it there without making holes of any sort. Across the street, it was weird. I found a couple sinkholes, like where, I don't know if you ever walked in your yard where a mole was. Sorry if I'm yelling. I have my $9 cordless headsets in. This was all old dirt, so this is not the first time, you know. So it just keeps, no matter what, they just keep adding it on. Here's new dirt on top of old dirt that's packed down. No holes. No holes. That's all. Go figure. Over there, topsoil, you can tell here it's different, but over there, you know, so it's not coming from far, because over there the dirt consistency changes to more of a topsoily look, because there's growth there. So yeah, new dirt, very strange. Now, this is also their forest here. This isn't really supposed to be a video, but I have a couple clips that I might just throw together. You know, some videos will be standing in their worlds, others are on the outside. You know, just like days like today. It's Sunday. It feels like a fall Sunday up here because, you know, the leaves are changing. It's very cold here at nighttime. So you can see the leaners in there. It's not a gigantically active forest right there as far as structures go, but it does become that way, especially as you go right in here. I've never filmed back in there for you, but I've been in there, and it's really interesting. So even in here, all dirt under the leaner. Nowhere else but right in this area, but under that leaner. And then over here, a bunch of dirt, you know. I'm not trying, look, I'm not even saying anything. I'm just simply saying, like, look, man, there's too many piles of dirt. I just want you guys, you know, I want as many people to see it as they can. If this is your first time, don't bother commenting. Okay, this is something that we've been filming for a year or two now. Here's all the brand new piles. Look at this. So weird. There, you guys, there's no activity around it. Right? There's no holes around it. This that goes right into the middle of it, you know. Could it have just fell there? Yes. But it's weird, you know. You can see their leaners. So yeah, that camera, I'm looking at that. I might get that. You know, this is okay if I can remember. So if I'm just doing this, this is the camera I recommend for you guys, for like a regular, like if you're not gonna, I mean, if you have a lot of money, then go for the better. But, you know, if you're just looking for a really good camera where maybe you could do this, you know, things like that, this is the best bet. This model I'm using here, which is I'm telling you because I get asked every day, HC-VX981. This is the cheaper model. It's got a 25 times zoom, but you can unlock it to 1500 times. So, you know, it doesn't have the other one has 3 internal stabilizers, which really helps. Especially when you do this. If you really try, like I'm gonna really try, you know, to hold it, you can get a good zoom. But if there was something hiding there, it becomes a little more tough. Like I'm gonna go like this, like, why is it blurry? It's like, because it's only 2020. We do have cameras that will be not blurry, but not like this, where you can, you know, take on a 10-mile hike. You know, any camera like that, they're not made for this. They're made to be mounted, or they're made, you know, they're very precious cameras. You can't drop them, smash them, fall down, things like that. That's why these are the best lines of cameras. But this is a great camera it'll shoot in 4K. You know, it's an advanced camera, really, even though it's the basic model, like compared to what you'd get at Best Buy or something. It's just a great camera. Just pick any line of Panasonic. Just Google Panasonic 4K, Amazon, eBay, and things like that. B&H photo, things like that. Just find your best price, and then you'll see the different lines. But make sure in that it says, if you want a better model than this one, it says it has the 3 stabilizers, because that's what you need. Over and out. Beautiful bird. Sorry, hit the button. Those vultures, some of them up here, are so big, you guys. They stand up. I mean, some of them are standing. They're almost 3 feet tall. And when they fly, they have like 6-foot wingspans. It's unbelievable how beautiful of a bird they are. That's why people are like, they're ugly. It's like, you're ugly. How do you not see the beauty in it? Buy any bird you want, shave his head and see how funny he looks. Any bird is ugly without fur and like stuff on his face. See? Blatant. Sasquatch Highway. There's your markers. There's still the size of him. Oh my God. He's got 5 foot at least. These dudes aren't using the birds. I don't think. I think they're just here for that cow. There was 10 crows sitting there. Just sitting there. They probably had already eaten. Having them all in here, that was kind of weird. They just keep going by. Like, I'm not showing up. They're like flying in here. Big birds like flying around me and stuff. So that's a good indication. You know, if I ever see that again, you know, like, listen, why aren't these birds leaving? You know, like, I'll be like, oh, the Bigfoot use them. Well, maybe, because it's rare. This is the first time it's ever happened when crows never left. So to me, that's going to mean there's a kill from now on. There's got to be some kind of something to eat nearby. And I think I just learned that lesson today. Giant accident in this. That's it. I'm done. I just wanted to. There's a big pile of strange dirt here too. That's marked. Very huge pile of weird dirt. So they're going to mark here. I think they stand in places like that at night. I don't know why. I think it's for any time, but I think at nighttime it's a whole different situation. Here's my timestamps. This is he's always in there. This guy's known me for a long time. I think it's too dark. See how you can't see in there? That's why he's always there. He can just stand there, and even without magic, you can't see in on a sunny day. All right, that's about it. I know that might have been boring, but you'd be surprised at how these guys do it here. They'll be right there because they know my patterns, and they know I'm not going to get out. He's not going to move away. He'll be right there. I do it to cars all the time, if they go by sometimes. Like, not here, but like, you can see one car's been here in 3 days. But if someone, it's probably this state. Let's do a couple here. Remember, old camera, I can't keep it perfect. See, in my eyes, and most people's forever, you always thought that you would catch them. You know, just like it would be if it was a bunch of people up there, like one's bending over doing gardening, one is moving over here to help. You know, they remember they do everything differently, and that's up to us. We got to figure that out, because at least some of it, because then they'll give us more. It's like 2 eyebrows. You'll never see a place like this that's not marked with some kind of face, like faces everywhere. What I really want to do is go up and over. Up there is just. This was my next place I was coming with the drone. In fact, the day I lost the drone, I almost came here first. And if I had done that, I probably would have got the best drone footage, and my drone would still exist. I'm assuming, yes. We're up the side of the road. See if we can catch that motorcycle. What's up, Chippy? Little chipmunk, he's cute. Call him Chippies. What you doing, buddy? Look at those liners right there. That one goes up and touches. Yeah, when I find those big ones with the ones with their eyeballs that light up, they typically have no interest. They're not gonna. In fact, they're the ones I think are like security. Like he might like you, he might love you, but he's the one that's gonna make you leave. Those are the ones I've seen it happen with my own eyeballs. I've watched his eyeball. I've watched him come out. The grave's right up there. I'm not gonna go up there. There's that circle. And then the grave is right in there. And you'd never know it in a million years. That's how dumb people are. If you're standing here, you think you know everything. Oh, I've seen this forest. It's like, man, are you dumb? I don't know how this world is functioning, to be honest with you, with the people that are running it. And the people involved in it. These people wearing masks in their cars. And
you can see their markers. I film that one all the time. Where is it? I can't see it now. Right there. It's so blatant. Anyone that knows their system knows they are marking that spot. And they're all up there. You got to see the timestamps from when the drone's stuck. I'll show them to you. I'll show you a couple anyway. Here we go.
Look, another stake. This is the second day in a row where I filmed a leaner on a trail marker. That one is a triangle on a trail marker. So I turn the camera on because it's too quiet. Listen. It's too quiet. It's almost a bug out. Like thank God almost the plane is coming over me because it's so quiet right now. I just mean everything. It's too quiet. There's nothing. How could you be in vast wilderness where there should be millions of animals making noises? Birds at least, right? Squirrel doing his alarm clock. Nothing. Up here. Listen. They didn't give me anything either. I got no noises from them today. So you know you're in the right place when there's a triangle on the side of the road. I don't care how you see it, what it looks like. If it's a triangle on the side of the road, just take a turn. That's where they are. Right there. That's all you need to see. Don't listen to any other common little human's excuse. I told you what to do. Never listen to regular people. They know nothing. This is such a great place. This is a spot I've never shown you before. It's a world full of others. It's right next to a colossal, giant world that goes for miles up a hill. I've been in there one time. I wish I could remember. I want to look myself. It's been so long since I've been to that place. It's so unbelievably incredible in there. You can see their signs. It's so blatant. It's almost crazy. Look at that. Look at the one behind. It's incredible, their signs. They're not hiding. There's an X right there. I've been all in here before. Because it's next door to us. A very special world of mine. And they're just running rampant in there. A lot of times, they'll only do that. They do a couple little things, but in this particular one, they're in there always. I mean, at least as far as, I've never seen one in there, but as far as, like, it's next to this giant special place that I have, and they seem to be very active in marking where to come in. I mean, that thing's just tweaked, and you can see all the disturbances going up the hill, right next to each one. Then you won't see anything, and there's no disturbances at all. Then all of a sudden you'll see a break, and then there's all kinds of disturbances going in. It's amazing how they block. You know, I tell you how they always block everything, yet it's all right there. I don't know if you can see there's X's and everything right there. You can see half of one. Let's see the timestamps. Gotta go up in there. Wonder if I could do that in both those spots, the ones I just talked about. If both those clips are in one day, I don't know. These are both, this is a whole day ordeal going in there. It's a full day. I mean, you can go in there for 2 hours if you want, but if I don't do that typically. So if I'm going in there, I'm getting a good video somehow. And that usually doesn't happen within 2 hours, you know? It takes 2 hours just to freaking get here practically. You're like, oh, just move, Mark. You could commute. You could move 2 hours away to where you could afford to buy a house and just commute to the Bigfoot world. So I was like, are you insane? It already takes me about 18 hours to do one video between going out and just putting it on. It depends on the video. And then just putting it on, making the video, and then uploading it, and finally getting it on. You wouldn't believe the process of what it takes to do what I do. And you want me to move 2 hours away, commute here, at least 2 hours just to get to the town, and then another hour and a half to get here. So that'd be 3.5 hours each way just to do one video. You'd never be in the zone. You'd be miserable. You'd get here, you'd be like, you gotta be in the zone. Whatever, I'm just making that up, but not auto zone, but like in the zone. You gotta get yourself into it, you know? Oh man, I gotta get my brakes fixed. I've shown you that, it never changes. This was, I did what video did I do here? Bigfoot detective. Yeah, that was this one. He's right there, and remember when they killed the kill? And then that thing was broken that day, and it was pointing right out where the kill was. But they don't fix it. You know, you can tell, it was pulled out of the rocks. Look how flat it used to be. That thing was pulled out of those rocks. It even brought half the rocks with it, and it literally was faced right at that elk that was killed. That they actually marked the kill, and you can still see the bones. Oop, wrong way. I'm sorry about that. That's annoying. It's supposed to be a professional mark. Let's not zoom the wrong way. Well, I don't know if I'm a professional, but I'm certainly not a professional photographer. I mean, I am technically. But you know, there's different levels, there's different kinds of photographers, you know. This little guy. Hey buddy. He's just sitting there. I didn't think he was gonna move. Let's see if I can give him some. Hey buddy. He's right there. He's watching me. He watched me throw all these seeds out for him. He knows. He's so excited. Yeah, he's excited. He knows. The squirrels are so cool. They're very smart. Stop calling them rats with tails. They're not rats. He's so happy. He's just waiting for me. That makes me happy. It's one of the highlights of my day. I know it doesn't impress people, but just if I can make it like because there is nothing else. That's the only other life form I've seen all day, besides a couple other squirrels. And you know, if I just made his day. He saw me throw it and he got all excited. He was like, he made a noise and ran up halfway and then looked again. And now he's gonna go down. He's gonna have a field day. You know, that's their whole life. It's just eating. It's getting ready for the winter. And now he's got these custom seeds. He's gonna be so happy with those seeds. So that makes me happy. There's no, I know it might seem silly from that side, but if I make anything happy, including a person or an animal, it makes me happy. I've always got my kicks that way. I don't get kicks, but you know what I mean, like real, like that guy was going way too fast. He's like, I didn't put my gun right in his door. You know, just makes me happy to help. I love to help. I've always been that way. My mom's like, Mark, you really need to be a cop. You really should be. She didn't press me to be one, but she used to suggest it. Like, I think he would be a really good police officer. She's like, not just because you're honest and fair, you're good like a detective, and but more than anything, you love to help people. And I'm not bragging. If this sounds like I'm bragging, I certainly don't mean it to be. I'm trying to figure myself out. Look at this. Look at the two. Giant split. See the difference in the looks of the wood. Looks nothing like what's growing in the forest. That's a major spot right there. That's why that triple trident. I don't know if I showed it earlier. It's a spot I have to go down to one day, like an easy one, just like a 10-minute video. Amazing. Look, quartz. In-house quartz, right? Brand new pile of dirt. It's brand new, right? It got rained on a couple days ago. Another pile of dirt. A seat. And then what's behind the seat? Brand new topsoil. Just piles. No holes, no animals, no ground squirrels, nothing. Just seats, one there, one there. And just fresh piles of dirt that have come from nowhere. Amazing.
Highways over there. One of these days I gotta go. I want to get in there because I see these amazing markings that they put on the edges. I've shown you from, I don't know if I put them up or not this year, but I did film them. And you can see these carvings. They have like statues placed at the edges of where I'm pointing right now. And as you go by on the highway, if you actually just look, you'll see them. But nobody looks, you know. It doesn't register. And, you know, like I've given the bad analogy before, like, you know, it just gives you an idea of what I'm saying. Like, you know, all of a sudden, you know, whatever car you're driving, like if you get a new car today, all of a sudden you just start seeing your car everywhere. It is a good analogy actually, because it's the same idea. Like, so you just weren't, that car has always been the same amount of cars there. It's just that you weren't looking before. We're very simple. You have to realize, as complicated as your day might seem some days, or your life, it's not. And we just make it complicated. It's very simple. So all you gotta do is know what to look for. It's that simple. And then all of a sudden, it just starts popping out all over the place for the rest of your life, unfortunately. You'll never escape what I do, especially in these stages of it, because we are finding new things every day between all of us, and it's exciting, and you can't help it. Like, you got to be careful that, you know, you're looking at the road and not, you know, everything else. UFO. Of course, my camera's blurry. I'm driving at 60 miles an hour. There's a white UFO out there, and I can't zoom on it. It should be in the screen. I can't see it while I'm driving. And I have a sheriff behind me. I mean, it's like, you guys, all you gotta do, I don't care where you live. I know it's a little easier. I think there's some major things going on around here. But wherever, if you just spend the dedicated amount of time necessary for whatever you want to look at, it's there. The skies, the forest, all you got to do is look. People don't, first of all, they don't know what to look for. And then secondly, they don't know how to look. But the answers are simple. You know, this is not, it's so easy. You know, it's an amazing thing. You would think I'm trying to get you to believe in another God. All as I'm asking you is to open your mind and then just see what happens. You have nothing to lose. Then you can, if it didn't work, you can, you know, look back and yell at me for it. You know what I mean? But you'll see that it doesn't fail. You're gonna, if you actually try what I teach you and show you, you'll see how easy and fun it is. This is not a new religion. It's not anything except the truth. That was ours, sir. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. This is the day after Thanksgiving. I guess we'd call that Black Friday. Very confusing with all the sales. Like, I'm trying to, like, I've been trying to get a couple things. I was like, I spent way too much time. You guys ever done that? Like you get fixed on one item and you're just like trying to get the best price because it's not cheap. And plus buying like little gifts, you know, for like, you know, my family and stuff like that. So I was shopping, and it's just so cold today. So I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm completely out of propane. It's part of the RV deal. You're just constantly getting like propane and ways to stay warm. So that's what I'm doing early this morning. I'm filming this because I don't know if it'll be in a video or not, but I'll see what. I'm going to try to go up to some dirt roads today. It's been very difficult. It's deceiving down here. You know, everything looks okay, but that's not where I go. I want to go into the forest. My winter could already be here potentially, as far as like Bigfoot worlds and stuff goes. I may start, you know, working more from my desk. Call it the office, whatever you want to call it.
we'll see. And then very soon. So the 20th I leave for Virginia, and I'm really hoping the weather's going to be nice there. I don't care about temperature, but as long as it's just like there's no snow, which there shouldn't be in Richmond. So, I mean, Richmond can go a whole winter without snow, typically. Or, maybe they get an inch and it melts. So hopefully I can take a look around where my son lives. I don't know anything about yet. I haven't looked. I'm just going to wait till I'm there. I just get these immediate, especially in Virginia, it's almost like, I swear, you guys want to now you're going to think I'm crazy. It's just coming out. I feel like they know who I am. It's so weird. I'm not just saying that. Why would I say it, Like, am just being honest with you. Like, I feel like wherever I go, they can check somehow. Like, it's like an immediate thing. I don't know. We'll get there one day. You guys have a great day. Let's see what happens. I may just throw a few clips in like this. And I have, like, unused clips, things like that. Maybe I'll just do that. People seem to like the ones where I'm just not being myself, or like I didn't put the video clip in for a reason because I sound dumb or I'm raging, or so people seem to enjoy those. So I might do that today. We'll see what happens. Let me get some propane and we'll go from there.
Next day he's back. Definitely the same one. I could never get near that guy. I never did walk over. I'm really curious to know what's dead there. And I just simply won't go over there. I don't want to disturb their thing. He's so cool. Look at I'm fascinated with the legs. I mean, it's amazing. I don't think people really think through how big these legs are on these hawks. Or eagles too. What is that? Is that an eagle? I don't even know what that is. I think it's a hawk. It could be an eagle.
It's a giant boulder. It was as big as a tractor trailer came down that hill from the top of the mountain. They had to close the road for almost a week. That's how much destruction it did when it came down off of that mountain, straight up. They literally had to put I call it the King Kong fence. They had to put a fence that was made to hold literally King Kong. And it was all, I knew the second I saw it, who did it. I think it was just teetering, and then one was like, just touched it and just fell over. It was like the size of it was huge. It went right through into there, down to the other road. Look at the King Kong fence. It's an unbelievable fence. You're not going to get a good look at it. Like, it's so thickly gauged, it's almost unreal. Their world. That's all I can look at. It's not coming out as pretty as it really is. So. Remember, humans have nothing. They have everything, as far as real estate goes. People don't think like that. You think that we develop. We don't have anything. We live in these little tiny places. That's it. And then we stay on one isolated road. Well, it's kind of isolated in a sense. Like, we never stray from where we live. So. Wow. See, this time of year, I get less noise, and I'm more likely to see one. He'll just stand from like 100 yards away and just stare at me, and then I'll leave. It's great. Look at this little spot I found. See, people don't understand. It's never just one. It's a world. I find their worlds. That's what I do. Still no walking today that I can see. You can't really see anything. But I would notice something. Thinking about, I want to swing by those graves again. I'm on the way to get a trail cam in Bigfoot Universe. I don't think I'm going to go into Bigfoot universe, but I'm going to go like just into it at the beginning. Get my trail cam. Like, in other words, I'm not going to do a whole video there. And then this just started happening where I'm running in a half a mile real quick. There's 2 X's there. 2. Dose. Genote. That's where I am at. I'm at Genote right now. Look at that. Never filmed. I've never been here, but I'm close. I'm walking distance to where the graves are, and I'm gonna go there. I just want to see this forest first. Here's where they're hanging. You can tell it's all. See, it was all seats. A little early. I have a feeling that when it's really chilly night, that you're not going to see any of these. There's going to be your sentinels, but you're not going to see or hear much until later. At the nicest part of the day is the best time to come out in the day. Nighttime is always the best, in my opinion. I don't care if it's 50 below zero. They're here. You know, it's a question I've answered. It's something everyone asked. Do they migrate? Do they do this? Do they do that? No, I solved all of it. They never leave anywhere. They don't live outside. You guys you're killing me. Okay, there's your triangle. Just a cool little spot. There's all kinds of noise that way. The birds too, I noticed. In the last hour or two, there hasn't been one bird. And then just now around, I don't know what time it is. I think it's around lunchtime. Starting to hear some birds. Give me a sec. That's all I can look at. It's not coming out as pretty as it really is. So. Remember, humans have nothing. They have everything as far as real estate goes. People don't think like that. You know, you think that we develop, we don't have anything. We live in these little tiny places. That's it. And then we stay on one isolated road. Well, it's kind of isolated in a sense, like we never stray from where we live. So we'll live there, we're gonna get on this road, and I'll go to where you live, and that's it. You'll never go that way or that way, or that way, ever. Except when you're on a commercial plane at 30,000 feet, you know what I mean? You can't see these guys at 300 yards. How are you gonna see them at 30,000 feet?